Hello everyone, Misaki here, welcome back to Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy. In this video we'll be tackling our final mission after becoming an apprentice, or the 10th mission, meet Contact-Zonju 5. Now what I'm going to do for every mission after this is I'm just going to start it right in the next mission, and on the screen in text I will put which mission it is so you know. And because we're going to be running into a lot more cultists now, I'll put each type up here in a list as we encounter them. And here shortly before we start the mission, I will put up the two that we have ran into so far. Now, because in order for me to actually start the missions on this screen every time, I have to like start from the end of the last mission and end it off to get back to the screen and do this. So with that said, we'll start this mission. I saved it for last because it's potentially got one of the funnest concepts, but it can be a little infuriating and rage-inducing with how you have to handle the bad guys on it. And it can take quite some time too, so I'll try to get this in 1 to 2 videos. So that said, we'll hit this, continue on, and basically our briefing is saying that a spaceport worker on the planet may have information on the cult's connection to the Remnant. He is hiding on an abandoned outpost 3 kilometers outside of Zornhead. You are to meet up with him and find out what he knows.
I have been told that a student with your level of training should have no difficulties with this particular mission.
And again, C-3PO is giving us the mission because Luke and Kyle are investigating the cult and what happened on Dagobah. And the only time he wasn't the one that gave us this information was when we helped Wedge, and Wedge was the person we talked to before and after the mission there. So with that, I'll continue on. Okay, now, we're not going to be able to use our powers throughout most of this mission, so it doesn't really matter what you put. What you might want to consider is the mission that takes place before the last set of 5 missions for this power. So I'll be putting mine on protection. You could do Grip 3 or Lightning 2 if you wanted. But I'm going to stick with Protection 3, maxing that off once and for all. Now also, because of how we're going to be doing this with the weapons and secondary you pick don't make much of a difference either. So let's begin. Swoop bikes? What are we doing? We're riding awesome. Now as you can see, without your saber out, it has a turret, and then you can switch hands like on the Tauntauns and Hoth and Swing. And the red bars are health. You want to keep a close eye on that. Because if it blows up with you on it, if the bike blows up with you on it, you die instantly, and it'll take damage from dinging into the ground and the walls and everything, as well as when they shoot at you. And also watch your health, because you cannot use your powers while you're on the bike. So that is one thing you want to actually careful of. Yeah, here's the cutscene. This building right here is where we were heading.
Are you the Jedi?
Yes. Tell me everything you know about the Disciples of Ragnos. Please, make it quick, though. I ran into some trouble back there, and it might be following me.
We should go inside. It'll be safer. Count must.
Sith spit. I have to get out of here.
Sith spit? I've never ever heard that phrase in any game I've played from Star Wars.
Looks like I'm not going back that way.
Or even any thing I've watched. And here you have a shield charger, ammo filler, and 2 medpacks. I'm going to grab a medpack and fill my shield. Now there's more bikes out here. There's a couple guys right there. can get them, but it's kind of hard to kill them right off. Nice, I got them right away. Now the guys that are running back in the opposite direction of you to get behind you, you can kill them right off with a saber, but you have to have really good timing, precision, and a little bit of luck because of how close they have to be to you. Just hit them with a saber as they go by. Now, every time you see a little spark with it spinning against the wall, every time you see it ding when it hits when you run into something, or you go off a bump or something and it hits a wall or anything, that means it's taking damage. Yes, just like those couple of times there. So you want to be careful when you're doing the you want to be careful when using the boost. And how you use the boost is you hit your secondary fire button. You also want to make sure you don't get hit by these guys too many times when they're behind you, because they can usually run you over and kill you really fast if you're not on a bike with theirs. Now there will be a spot coming up ahead where you can get a new bike, and for the most part, your bike's not going to be in good enough shape to continue from there on without doing that. And one other thing for the security is the only way to turn directions on this mission is with the mouse. This is why it's infuriating. You can't really back up either. So I have enough health to make it to the ones in front of the tunnel up ahead here, so that's what I'm going to do. It kind of lagged up with recording there for a minute, so it took me a second to get through the little doorway there. Be careful not to hug walls too closely so you don't crash into them and ding it up any more. Oh, that was such poor, crappy ass luck there. Dang it. I have to start back from here. Ugh. That was a pain in the butt. It's like here. Freaking LP cursed dumb luck that the damn guy got me when I had like nearly full health on the new bike. Now if you're pretty close to one wall, it's a safe bet to switch hands to the wall, to the side that you're not close to, because that's the side they're going to probably be coming up on you from. Now when you boost, you will be taking some damage from colliding with the ground a little bit, but not too much, so you're okay to boost once in a while. Just don't overuse it because of that. Remember, this bike after the checkpoint has to last at least until you reach that one point where there's more bikes up ahead. As you can see, there are medpacks, and there's probably some shield boosters around here at places too. I just don't know exactly where they are. So stay at normal speed half the time. The only time I'd really suggest like boosting to get away is if like 2 or 3 of them are constantly shooting at you and you're taking a lot of damage. Now, as you can see there, you'll instantly switch hands to whichever side they're on, too. It would be nice if you could heal while you're riding. That would be like a major help in this. So nice, the medpacks. I'm actually going to stay on this bike because I actually have a decent bit of health on it still. Yeah, if you're pretty decent and careful about boosting and making sure you don't get hit by their damage, get hit by their blasts too much, or crash into walls and things that often, you can essentially take one bite through the whole thing. You just have to be more careful because you don't have full health coming through that tunnel. Now there is a spot up ahead where turbo will be required. Here, just in case. I'm probably going to take some... I'm going to boost to get a little bit further away from them because, as I said, taking the same bike through this whole thing because I had decent health. I hadn't lost too much health on it after getting past the switch-off point if you wanted to. But coming up ahead here is going to be where we need to use boost, and you'll actually ditch all these guys behind us, and you'll see how when we get up to it. Okay, well there's a nice little bonus for you. I went the wrong way, got a little mixed up there. If you go the wrong way, it'll tell you you're going the wrong way. This is the way we're supposed to head, I'm pretty sure. Okay, make sure you never blow up the bike really close to you. Yeah, so here it says use turbo to jump. You have to jump from right there or you won't make it, and you'll lose all those guys behind you. You probably take a bit of damage colliding with the ground when you cross the gap there. There will be a couple more guys up ahead we still have to deal with, but we're really close to the end of the mission at this point. Oh, darn, I got turned around somehow there. You pretend I'm going the wrong way, but this is the right way. What the heck is this game trying to do? Okay, good. We're here at the end. Kill that last guy. And we're safe at this point because it goes into a cutscene. Oh, good. That wasn't nearly as long as I thought it might have been with some of the trouble I was having.
Well, that was an adventure. These cultists sure know how to cover
They
the
certainly do. And
tracks.
as I said before, from this point on, when they're talking to you, they'll always have more to say. Which is part of what I meant by they like to talk, is you always have two little things of text here in the mission briefing from them. Alright, so I got 14 guys. Obviously we're not going to throw a block because we're on a speeder like 80% of the time. 3 jumps to get up and get to the contact. 2 heals because we needed it. Alright, so let's see what else he has to say.
Luke's ready to present his plan to find the cult leaders. Get to the audience
Alright,
chamber.
so that's essentially your clue that everything from here on will be just directly dealing with the cult. I will leave the cutscenes leading up to this next story mission in between the main missions here in this video. But again, the story mission in between will be its own separate video after this. That'll probably be another 1 to 2 videos because the last one was like nearly 50 minutes, I think. The first one you do. So with that said, we'll hit this and we'll go to the academy and see what's going on.
I sense much good in you. Keep on your current path and you will
And there's
truly
what
be a
Luke
Jedi.
says. Even though I have 3 points for success, that is because we have way more points in the light side powers, because we have 2 points in heal, 2 points in trick, and 3 points in protection. Where I just have 2 points in grip and 1 point in lightning. And that'll be what he says when you have more points in your light side powers, as he senses much good, and you'll truly be a Jedi if you keep on your path. Alright, so this will be the last you hear from me here. After this will be nothing but cutscenes, then I'll end it off. So this has been Masaki. If you've been watching and enjoying or playing along, subscribe, hit that like button, give me some comments. I'm surprised no one's been watching anything has really commented. And I will see you all in the story mission that takes place after this. Goodbye.
The disciples of Ragnos are getting bold. They've managed to siphon force energy from every site that was mentioned in my journal. We still don't know what it is they're planning to do with the energy, though. It's imperative that we track down the leader of this cult.
But how? If they've already hit every place in your journal.
There are several places I didn't mention by name that they've discovered, like Dagobah. My fear is that they may use clues in my journals to discover other places. We need to beat them to these locations. Considering how we lost a student last time, we must be very cautious. Everyone will travel in pairs. Kyle, Jaden, you'll be going to Vajun.
Vajun? Isn't that just a big dead rock?
It also happens to be the location of one of my father's strongholds.
Okay, so it's a big dead important rock.
Streen, you and Tio
This ought to be interesting. I'd heard rumors that Luke had been to Vajun, but he never really talked about it.
Vajun is dangerous. The dark side is strong there, oppressive. Be extremely careful.
Sure, Luke. Don't worry.
Alright, so again, I'll actually talk a bit more here. So I was right in picking the Protection 3 power, because this was the story mission coming up that I was thinking of. Alright, so, and you'll see why when we get there. So we're heading to Vajun, and according to what Luke and Kyle were saying, this was one of Darth Vader's strongholds. So, it'll be a very, very interesting mission because of that. So we'll see what happens when we get there. And again, you know, this is why I said on that last mission, make sure you pick a power that'll be relevant for this mission coming up in between before you get your next set of 5 that you're sent on from Luke. Or as I refer to them usually, story missions are Luke submissions. So yeah, the first one, it doesn't matter so much what you pick, as long as you have decent powers and you're really good at handling everything in Hoth. But this one, it is kind of important, but you'll see why that is when we actually do this in the next video. So with all that said, again, Ben Masaki here. I've been enjoying playing this game for you. It is actually coming to its close. After the story mission, we have the last 5 missions, that's right, the last 5, which are the hardest in the game, and then we have the end, and the finale will probably be about maybe 3 or 4 videos, because it is rather long. So with all that said, I've been enjoying playing this for you, hoping you guys will start watching and commenting, liking and everything more. From here on out, I'll actually be starting more console games, which I'll probably like a lot more, because this is a somewhat older PC game. I have the case right here. Yeah, this came out in the early 2000s, 2003, 2005. Somewhere's in those couple of years. So it's not nearly as good as some of the next-gen stuff out right now. So I will see you all in the next story mission that Luke sent us on. Goodbye.